You're either in alignment or out of alignment. You're either really in alignment, somewhat in alignment, a little bit in alignment, a little bit out of alignment, really out of alignment, or completely out of alignment, but that doesn't mean you're not connected. You are always connected to source energy. You are the energy flow of your reality. In that connection to source energy, the energy that created the universe, the energy of all that is, the energy of who you truly are, in this source energy, the connection to that energy, you are either somewhat aware of it, very aware of it, not aware of it, a little bit of balancing of that energy, a little bit of coming more into the energy, a little bit of thinking about, should I be different than I am to be in the energy? Am I really getting this? Am I really understanding it? Is there some natural block that doesn't allow me to be connected to source energy? And all of these are different ways of looking at your alignment. So if you were in pure alignment with the source energy that flows through you, you would see yourself as source. And you would understand that as source, you just be source. There's nothing else to do it. And then this would allow the source energy to flow through you in any way that would match who you perceive yourself to be. So if you perceive yourself to be source, you would just be source, just flow. And whatever was needed in that experience would come to you, because the law of attraction would understand your connection as you feel as if you're a human, and however you feel as if you're a human towards that source energy, the connection would come. Whatever would happen would happen. The words would come, the ideas would flow, the actions would flow, the people would come to you. Your reality would beam that out. If you think you have to be different than you are, well, then that is somewhat out of alignment. If you think that you need improvement to have this connection to source, that's somewhat out of alignment. If you're in fear of something going wrong, or the fear of rejection, the fear of loss, the fear of death, you're somewhat out of alignment. You're just not understanding who you are as source in that moment. Now, if you could understand that source is love, then when you are in love, you're aligned with the source energy. You're being who you truly are, this aspect of source, in whatever meaning that has for you. Aligned with your pre-birth intentions, aligned with your path of ascension, aligned with your awakening, aligned with all of the things that you truly want. And in that, it's easy. Actually, everything is easy, because there is no effort in alignment. There is only effort in trying to get into alignment. The struggle of saying, well, if I was more advanced, I'd be in alignment. Or if I was not worried about this and the other thing, I'd be in alignment. And so can you see that there's a lot of nuances here in this idea of what alignment is? And so we say, if you can just work on feeling good, accepting yourself, accepting everyone else, accepting the conditions, seeing feeling good as your barometer of alignment, and then you can move towards that. Does this feel good now? Yes, I'm in alignment now. Am I worried about this? Yes. Well, I'm not so much in alignment now. Can I move from this place of feeling inadequate to this place of feeling confident? Yes. If I can do that, then I can move from a state of semi-alignment to a state of fuller alignment. Will you ever get to absolutely full alignment with source? Well, that's up to you. That's up to what you think that is. And we will say this is an ever expanding idea of what alignment is. So if you feel good, let's say you're in alignment. If you're happy, you're in alignment. If you're in love, you're in alignment. If you're focused on what you prefer, if you're looking at the positive aspects of your experience, you're in alignment. If you're allowing ideas to flow through you, and those ideas are exciting and enjoyable, you're in alignment. If you're worried about where those ideas will take you, you've just taken yourself out of alignment, you see? And there's no real power out of alignment. Now, we will say that in those times of fear, you will birth desires, and those desires will help you move eventually towards more alignment. And they will have more journeys and more paths and more creations from that. And that's always a good thing. So there is nothing wrong with being out of alignment. But if you want to tap into the energy of source to do these things that you're inspired to do, well, that just requires that you say, I am worthy of these ideas. I can do anything that I'm inspired to do. I can be who I truly am, the authentic version of myself. And in doing all of this, I am the creator of these forces and energies coming through me. And I can allow those creations to happen, not proving that I'm good or worthy or anything, but just complementing my high state of worthiness, my high state of confidence, my ability to maintain alignment more and more and more of the time. Now, in this moving from where you are to a greater sense of alignment, you will have to shift your energies. You will have to allow for the improved state of being, the improved feeling. And for many of you, including Gary, this is uncomfortable because as you feel better and better and better, you think, why am I feeling so good? What about this problem? What about this thing that's going on in the world? What about the state of politics and the state of the economy and the state of my friends and all these people who seem to be suffering and efforting and struggling? How can I be in alignment when there is misery and suffering around me? Well, you have to understand that as you move to higher and higher and higher levels of feeling good, alignment, you bring in more love energy. And this is what heals and assists and enables the others to follow along with you. If you take someone and you say, well, this person's not in alignment, and because they're not in alignment, it causes me not to be in alignment. Therefore, I need to fix them in order for me to get to a state of alignment. You'll be mired down, bogged down with the problem out of alignment. The more effective approach is to realize that nothing outside of you is benefited by being in a state of out of alignment or in fear. Everything, yourself, your reality, those in your life, is benefited from your state of alignment. So if you truly want to help others, you want to maintain and create higher and higher levels of alignment for yourself. And in that, you add to the love of the collective consciousness. You add to the ability for them to see you as an inspiration. You add to this idea of, if you can stay in a state of alignment, maybe I could stay in a state of alignment. And this creates a momentum of alignment, a momentum of a movement or a path from fear to love. Not just you moving from fear to love, but the entire human population moving from fear to love. And this is what's happening now. As more humans are realizing they do not have to be influenced or affected by what's going on outside of them, as they can realize that nothing outside of them actually matters at all. It's all from their conscious awareness or their conscious creation of their perspective or perception of their reality. As they allow themselves to feel better and better and better without being dragged back into fear by others, they create a momentum of love. And this love brings in more love, brings in more love, brings in more love. And those will move easier from suffering and misery, or shall we say fear, to greater levels of feeling themselves. And as you move to greater levels of alignment yourself, you will come closer and closer and closer to realizing the source within you, the source self, the source consciousness, the awakening of that energy of source in you, in your reality. And since you are the center of your reality, you're the center of your universe, as you awaken to the fact of your source consciousness or of you as source in your center of your universe, in your reality, you then shift. You shift into another reality, and that reality allows others to follow you. So it all starts and ends with you in your reality, understanding that alignment is the key here. And how does one get to alignment? Well, one gets to alignment by realizing what is actually happening in your reality. In your reality, in the moment, for instance, this moment, everything is good. There is no need for anything else. You have everything you need. You have everything you need to pay attention to this conversation or to interact in this conversation. And as you make your awareness in more and more and more of the present moment without going back into the past or off in the future, as you bring it down to the present moment, realizing that in the present moment, you have everything you need to become aligned with the source energy that is always flowing through you, you can tap into that consciousness. And you can get better and 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 better in staying in alignment. Of course, the energy will feel a bit intense for you as you move from states of uneasiness or insecurity or lack of abundance or lack of whatever. As you move from those illusions to the reality that you were never actually in lack and there never actually was a problem. Everything was coming to you perfectly. All the people were coming, all the comments were coming, all the manifestation events were coming, always to move you along this path towards greater and greater levels of alignment, towards an awakening in your heart, an opening of your heart to understand that you are the source of your reality, the creator of your reality. That's what this means. And you've all come here now at this time to awaken that idea within you to enable even greater alignment, even greater awareness, and even greater clarity. And so that's what's in store for all of you as you stay on this path of moving towards better and better and better feelings of ease and joy and interest and curiosity, of fun and exhilaration and excitement, moving towards ideas where possibly a few months ago, a few years ago, you could not conceive, you could not feel worthy of. Now you're seeing what's really happening here. You are worthy of it all because you are the source creator of your reality. You knew that coming in, you're remembering it now. And as you remember it now, alignment gets easier. And with that, we'd like to talk to you about anything you'd like to talk about. Who'd like to start?